Yeah, so this is the front brake switch fault that, from what I gather, is pretty common on KTMs. Yeah, there it is, constantly on. So most suggestions say, well, it's something to do with the front brake switch. Where are we? There you go. This little fucker. You can hear that's clicking. I have had this disconnected from underneath the tank. I'm going to go through, I think, what is a bit more of a thorough check in a minute. But just going over the drawing at the minute and what I've found. So this here, this is actually the back light. Can't remember which is which, but I think these are left and right indicators, and that's possibly the number plate light. So obviously there's two lines going into this. One is the brake light and one is just your back light or running light, whatever you want to call it. So they're connected here and then to the ECU here. So if I look what that actually looks like, there's that plug. Yep, and that's where it goes into the ECU, comes back, plugs in there. So from the drawing, you've got the white and the green, that one, and then the yellow and the green. So one of them operates the backlight and one of them operates the brake light. Now if I put my meter on that, you just have to take my word for it, I've got 12 volts constantly, which obviously, you know, that lines up with what we're seeing there. That would suggest that, alright, it's got an error with the front brake, as it's saying there, so I've got a constant, connection across that switch or somewhere else. That's not the case. And it's not what people are suggesting, that either this has dropped out, which can happen, or something to do with the handguard. People are suggesting the handguard. You know, I don't know what causes the fault. I don't know what triggers the fault to actually come up, whether it's just a period where the front brake switch is making contact for a certain amount of time, or I don't know. Anyway, so if we look at the switch side of it, this is the front switch, front brake switch, this is the back brake switch, and then they go via wherever it is that they're connected back to the ECU. So that one is the plug, so you've got the brake switch that then plugs in basically to a little plug that's under the tank. And you know, same one for that, so it's a separate thing to the whole loom. Oh yeah, and then you've got this plug here, which is X1. So I've unplugged it, this is X1. And then you've got pin 9 for the front brake, pin 17 for the back brake. So I'm in pin 9 at the minute, that's pin 9, it's the pink wire. And then we'll go in between my multimeter down to ground. I've got that on the battery negative terminal. So basically what you can see there is that there's no continuity at the minute, which you would expect there to be continuity from somewhere if it was in the wiring side of things, because I've got constant live on my back brake. So if I pull the front brake lever now, right, so that's the switch making, and I let go. So for me, I've tested right the way through the loom, from where it goes into the ECU right up to that brake switch. So there can't be anything jumping across at any point from positive to negative. And that's basically as much as I know to test, really. Other than that, I'm thinking that the fault must be within the ECU somewhere. Otherwise, why is it putting 12 volts onto my back brake the whole time? And I've done the same test. I mean, I could try and do it now. This is the back brake. There, that's come out. Obviously I've only got two hands, so let's just check that's working. So I push the back brake now. There we go. So the front brake and the back brake are working like they should be. And yeah, that's about it really. I don't know what else to test. I'm hoping someone could point me in the right direction. I don't want to have to buy a new ECU because it's £574.